What's going on, guys, and welcome to Success Through Failure. Now, when you first start selling online, it can be really, really intimidating. So I thought, what better way to start than to see how an advanced seller does what they do, right? It's kind of getting in their head, seeing their day-to-day workflow, and just kind of getting in their headspace. So today we're going to interview Nate, and he's going to tell us all about his process. So sit back and relax, and here we go. And today we're going to talk to Nate about just his daily workflow and dealing with eBay and, just a day in the life.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the first thing for me is I try to wake up at an early time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't sleep until like noon or 1 o'clock. I used to not be a non-morning person. Like when you're younger, of course. But you realize that the older people know what they're talking about. And I've talked to, a bunch of different business owners and successful business people.
Right.
And I found something very crazy, that they all wake up early. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to tell you to wake up early, but I will tell you that almost 90% of the millionaires that I've spent time with.
Right.
And I'm talking legit big millionaires. They're all waking up at 6 or before. I don't wake up at 6. Okay? But they all do. And there's got to be something to that.
There's the whole, wake up before the distractions wake up, right?
Or the early bird gets the worm, right? Or whatever, right? But I'm just telling you, every guy that I've met that has been super successful, he's up early. So I can tell you that for me, my day starts at 8.
Okay.
So, but for me, I get right in, and the biggest thing that I've done for me is I've realized, I used to wake up and then there would be problems, I call them fires, and I would get so angry about it.
Right.
Oh my gosh! Oh this, that. And now I've realized that that's going to happen every day. So it's going to happen every day, whether you have a job, whether you have eBay, whether you're doing it. So what you got to do is you got to wake up and you need to realize, hey, you know what? I know I'm going to have 3 to 5 fires to put out every single day.
Right.
Obviously, you're going to try to eliminate those from happening again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying not to try to eliminate them.
Right.
But if you mentally prepare yourself that I'm going to have 3 to 5 things per day that is not going to be great, it's going to set yourself up for not getting tilted or getting upset.
Right, right.
That has helped me quite a bit. But my process is I get right in it. I also find that, it's a little bit off topic, I don't like to eat breakfast.
Okay.
I like breakfast, but I don't eat breakfast. I feel like it weighs me down and actually makes me very lazy in the mornings.
Okay.
If I go and eat this humongous breakfast, I feel like I just want to not do anything. So I like to wake up, get right into it, go to work. I have an energy drink. I'm not a coffee drinker. I have an energy drink. Go, and I get right to the things right away. Wherever the problems are, I want to get those first.
Okay. And
I would tell you that to create a thermometer of things to do today. When I say a thermometer of things to do, the things that are hot, that you want to get those things done first. It's like your must-dos. Don't, if you say I have to get this done today, get them done first.
Right.
And you got your medium level and you have your low level. Very simple, but that's how I do the thermometer of products, things to do throughout the day. I write it down. Actually, I use an app on my phone. It's called Clear. It's I think it was a 99-cent app. It actually makes the thermometer for you. It puts things really bright red and up to ice blue. And when you type it I'll put even go to the bank. Little things, right? And when you're done, you just swipe it and then it goes away.
Nice.
Super simple. But for me, instead of trying to remember 50 things, I use that little app.
Right.
Just go toot, toot.
Nice. Okay.
And I feel like it's kind of stupid. I'm going to admit it's dumb, but after I swipe it and it's gone, I'm like, yes. Right?
Right.
You're like, cool. And I'm not getting paid by that app, by the way. It's a fairly old app now, but it's called Clear. And I know there's many of other ones that do the same thing. So by any means, if you want to use a different one, use a different one.
Right.
But use some kind of write things down, some kind of note taking, whether it's piece of paper, whatever.
Right.
Don't just try to remember everything in the mainframe right here, because you're going to forget. Right. And it's going to put more stress. You're going to be like, wait, you're going to spend so much time. Right. And whenever I think of something else I have to do, I just add it to the list. It takes me 5 seconds.
And there's something about crossing something off a list, right?
Right. You're like,
swiping
bam.
it off, right? There's a sense of completion.
So I would tell you, get the hardest things done first,
Uh-huh.
and then you have a process. So,
Okay.
what I was gonna say is there's a very famous guy, you guys probably have heard of him, which is Marcus Lemonis, the guy who does the show on The Profit. And I always try to watch shows like that and try to steal things from them, because all you're gonna do by listening, when you listen, you learn. Mm-hmm. You don't learn anything by talking. Mm-hmm. So he goes by 3 basic things. He does the 3 P's, which is people, process, and product equals success.
Okay.
And so obviously you got to manage your people.
Mm-hmm.
I always try to keep things in high spirits. If you go into your work all down and whatever, and you're the leader, they're not going to be high spirited either.
Right.
If you look freaked out, they're going to get freaked out.
Right.
Okay. Now we're talking about here is the process. Mm-hmm. I do the same process every day. Mm-hmm. That part of troubleshooting my days and doing those things, get it there. I try to have everything that I need totally done, like stress-wise, done by 2 o'clock.
Which would be like the messages and
for eBay. Returns. eBay, the most annoying thing, I'll be honest, is the messages from the people. I mean, people will try to constantly try to come over on you. Try to and people are keyboard warriors. They'll use a bunch of profanity, call you a bunch of things over a salad tray. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very possible my guys made a mistake.
Right.
But it's a salad tray.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's really...
Yeah.
We're not solving, the world hunger problem.
Right.
It's a salad tray.
Yeah.
So, those things where people are just talking so rude and so mean, and they're trying to say you're going to give me this, you're going to give me that, or you're going to do... People are just keyboard warriors. So I still struggle with that daily, because I want to just pick up my computer and throw it at them. But you know what I mean? So the message is, when you sell a ton of items, unfortunately, you're going to get a ton of questions. Right. I guess, making money has its things, but I guess no questions equal no sales, right? So, you gotta have to be careful what you wish for, I guess. But yeah, so just the questions, and just the stress of getting your products in. Where are they? They were supposed to be here by now.
Right.
Is this guy, is something not going right? All those things. Just my normal office supplies. We ship out so much stuff now that you need to have your 5-6 different boxes to ship things out. Right. Your envelopes, your this, your that, your labels. Is our shipping software not working right? That's what they always say to you. Those types of problems. But I try to have all the stress done by 2.
Okay.
So that's my little secret is I try to get things done by 2. If all my stress is done by 2, it means when I go home at 5, then I'm usually a pretty good dude to my wife and kids.
Right.
Because I've kind of gotten rid of all the beat upness at work. And I'm also not going to get all crazy road rage when I'm driving home.
Right.
But I try to spend the last 3 hours thinking of new ideas.
Okay.
That's my growth time. When I'm thinking of what new product can I get? What way can I diversify my eBay business now? How can I grow my eBay business? Right. That's what excites me, by the way, is growing and thinking of a new idea. PJ knows. I'll text him I got this idea. And that's what I like to do. I like to spend those 3 hours because it's not stressful.
Right.
It's the fun stuff.
Right.
For me. Hey, maybe I can come up with this. And even if it's just by me reading something on Twitter, and I'll try to take what somebody says, and I'll be like, can I make a product out of that? Or can I get an idea out of that? Right. Or can I get this out of this? And that's usually how, it's usually not people always ask us, how do you get a new product? We're going a little bit off topic here, but I never just say, hey, wait, that guy sold 500 of these, so I'm going to go try to sell 500 of these. You can do that.
Right.
But I found my biggest successes in products has been hey, basketball's super popular right now. Well, let's just start carrying some basketball items and related items, and you'll be surprised, and that's how they'll sell.
Okay. Yeah.
Never just hey, this guy's selling this headband, so we're going to sell the exact same headband.
Right.
There's probably 10 other people that have that very basic idea of that, okay, I'm going to go try to sell that headband as well.
Right.
What I think you should try to do is try to look for other items that go along with the popular niche or something that you're into that maybe people aren't selling like crazy.
Right.
That you can see a potential of growth. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like right now, I mean, it's everything's. I forget what I personally have not gone into it, but like those bottles that keep the water and stuff cold and hot for 24 hours, whatever they're called. That's a very new big thing. Mm-hmm. So if you get things catering to close to that or around to that, you know what I mean? Now it's too late. If you sell that bottle, there's maybe 10 million people doing it. Right. You know, I try to spend those last 3 hours of my day thinking about things that are going to be the things coming up.
Right.
What can we get and sell from there?
Super niche things do well, right? I mean, the more specific you are, you know, the better off you're gonna, you know, be with it. Because again, all these super broad, popular things are just oversaturated. A million people are trying to sell it, and
that's the greatest thing. It's like when people go online to buy something, it's usually because, I mean, yes, a lot of people are just buying everything online now, but a big part of people that are buying stuff online is going to get something they cannot find at the store. Mm-hmm. So I obviously try to get things that you cannot find at the store. Right. Like you can't find at your local Target or Walmart, you know, but yet still are being used and in demand. Right. Definitely.
Okay. Well, cool.
That's it.
All right. Well, yeah, be sure to subscribe. Comment if you have any questions just on eBay or selling online. And
yeah, explain maybe put a comment down below what your process is and like how you steps and you go. You know, we always like to see because maybe we'll learn something.
Yeah.
You know, that's how you get it. You take little things from everyone. That's how we got to where we're at. I can tell you really quickly is that we talk to a bunch of people and we still do daily. And what you do is if you talk to 10 people, if you're able to take 2% or 5% from each person you talk to, you make this really big snowball. Mm-hmm. And then you can't be stopped, right?
Right.
That's how you do it, guys.
It's all about efficiency.
Yep.
So, anyway, till your next episode. We'll see you later.